Hey everyone, I'm Tashina from Logical Harmony. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I am sharing my 2019 makeup favorites, which is, can you believe it's 2020? Like, how crazy is that? So these are the cruelty-free and vegan makeup products that I have loved most this year. So it covers like everything from primers, foundations, concealers, setting powders, blushes, eye products, lip products, like everything. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's like super duper long. Please enjoy, comment, and let me know your favorites, and let's get into it. For primers, there were two I wanted to talk about. The e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. This stuff is amazing. This is like the best affordable primer I have ever used. I've loved it for years, and this year moving to Utah in the much drier climate, I was really worried it wasn't going to work for me anymore. And honestly, I feel like it's just better and better. Like it just works better and better with my skin the more that I use it. It works really consistently under tons of foundations. It works great with a lot of skincare. I never have any issues with it. So I really wanted to mention that. And also the Cover FX Blurring Primer. This stuff is amazing as well. It looks so good under so many foundations. It doesn't play nicely with everything, so there is a little trial and error here and there sometimes. I usually spot prime with this because it can be a little bit drying for my skin depending on what is going on with the weather here. I live in a very dry climate now. I usually just put it on the areas where I need it. It looks so good, and this also looks amazing in photos. So a lot of photos, like it just, you put it on, your pores are gonna be gone in any photos. It's beautiful. My nose is itching. What else is new? Every time I go to film a video, my nose itches and the neighbors start walking around upstairs. So if you hear them, I'm sorry, I apologize. Foundations is a tough one for me because I love foundation. Foundations are like hands down my favorite makeup product. I don't know why. I just love complexion products. I think they're so much fun to play with. And I really tried to narrow it down, and it was really hard. So I had to talk about a few of like my standby favorites that you guys have seen me talk about a million times, like the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is probably my all-time favorite foundation. It didn't feel right to film a yearly favorites video and not include this because it's so good. It's a very lightweight formula. It's medium to full coverage. You can easily build it up, and they expanded their shade range, which is great. But I just love this foundation. I also wanted to talk about the Tarte Foundsealer foundation because, oh my gosh, this stuff is so good, and I feel like no one talks about it. It's really good if you have dry skin, and it truly is like a foundation and a concealer in one. I love the formula. I love the coverage. I love how it wears and how it looks on the skin. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's especially good if you have dry skin. Maybe I mentioned that already, but it's very moisturizing. And I feel like a lot of more fuller coverage foundations aren't moisturizing, and this one is. So I really like it for that reason. The Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, I think I've mentioned this in a previous favorites video. Honestly, a lot of the stuff I might have before, I didn't want to watch previous favorites videos. I wanted to just sit down, go through my makeup, pull out what I love using, and just present that to you guys. This stuff is also really good. It's kind of similar to the Too Faced Born This Way, where it's like a medium coverage that's very buildable. It looks very natural on the skin. I find it has more of a natural finish to it as well, but it's just really nice. And the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. My one complaint about this is it kind of smells like dryer sheets, which is just kind of strange to be applying on your face, but they relaunched it this year. They previously had it and didn't have many shades in it, and they've expanded that, and now they have a ton of shades, which is great. Thank you so much, e.l.f., for doing that, and I feel like the formula is better. So this, I would say, is, again, like another medium coverage foundation that you can very easily build up. There is a Flawless Finish Concealer, too, that pairs amazingly with this. Their Camo Concealer pairs really well with this. Again, I feel like this is such a solid foundation. It works with everything, and with all the new shades, like, you really can't beat it, especially at the price point. It's such a good product. It truly compares with some of the other higher end foundations. So I love this stuff. I also wanted to talk about the Dermablend Professional Flawless Creator Foundation Drops. So previously I've used the Cover FX drops and I liked them, but something about these is a little bit different. I feel like these have a lot more pigment than the Cover FX drops. So I use this to shade adjust foundations. If you want to use it as a foundation, which I've done, you literally need not even a full drop, and it's like your skin is covered. Everything's covered. Everything's even, everything's smooth. You don't even need concealer. Like, this stuff is amazing coverage. It is a little bit drying, so for that I kind of like pair it accordingly with the foundation or just prep my skin well, but it is really nice and I love having this in my collection. Moving on to concealers. Concealers are another love of mine, but the big standout for me was the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. I use this so much. So much. I don't know what I would do without this, honestly. The formula is amazing. It's nice and full coverage. It's moisturizing. It's not drying. It just lays really well. Honestly, I like to use this as foundation too. So I'll just like spot conceal everywhere that I need it and then buff that out all over my face. And it's a very nice, lightweight foundation. This stuff is amazing. I cannot say enough good things about this. I love it. It's what I'm wearing today as foundation. I just love it so much. Everyone needs it. That's just what I think. Everyone needs it. I've tried so many like supposed dupes for it and nothing compares. Like, just get this. Though I will say, I wonder if the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer might compare, because the regular camo is similar to Tarte Shape Tape. So I wonder if the hydrating will be like this. So I said this when I first got sent this in my review. I said this was everything I wanted Shape Tape to be and more, and I still stand by this. This is like best concealer ever created that I've ever used. Too Faced. Too Faced. From Milk, this is their Flex Concealer, which is a very nice medium, like light to medium coverage concealer. You can build it up. This is really great for natural looks. It's not heavy. It's not cakey. It's not drying. I really enjoy it. I have tried using it as foundation with just spot concealing everywhere, buffing it out. It works well for that. If you have problematic areas or dark under eyes, you are going to want to layer it, but the formula is so lightweight that you can do that and it's not going to be annoying. It's not going to be dry. From Milani, this is the Conceal and Perfect Concealer. This stuff is so good. I'm wearing this today under my eyes and just kind of like to highlight on my face. I really love this. I think the coverage is really good. The formula is really nice. It does dry very quickly, so you have to work quickly once you apply it. But once you put it in place, it's there. It's locked in. It's really good. I feel like I'm going through this nice and fast. Okay, setting powders. I have a couple. The first is the Au Naturel Powder Foundation. I know technically this is a foundation. I use it as a setting powder to give myself a little more coverage. Their setting powder alone is amazing. It like minimizes all your pores. It smooths everything out. But I really love the powder foundation because it just gives you a little more coverage because it's a powder foundation. So it has like all the benefits of their setting powder with that extra coverage. And I really love it. I've also worn this on camera and haven't had any issues with like flashback from the lights or anything like that. And I just think it makes your skin look so smooth and pretty and just nice. Like it evens everything out a little bit more. So I think this is a really good option on days where you want a little more coverage, but you don't want a heavier foundation. This is a really good route to take. I also want to talk about the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Powder. I've used this a ton this year and I really like it. I think it's a very solid setting powder. It holds everything in place very well. I use Sheer Natural. I don't know if there are other shades to this, to be real, but I just really like this. I think that e.l.f. has really improved a lot of their products in the past couple of years, and this is one I've been really enjoying. Oldie but goodie, and really disgusting and beat up right now. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Contour Kit. I feel like 5 years ago, everyone loved this. And now like not as many people talk about it. And I admit I hadn't much in a while either. I hadn't picked it up. And then this year I tried to really focus on like using more of the makeup that I have already and just like rediscovering things. And I have just been loving this so much. It works really well, no matter what else is on your face. I think that's the best way to describe it. No matter what's on your face, it's going to work really well. A lot of my contour kits that I used when I self-tan don't work for me. I'm very fair right now, at least as far as like my skin goes. And a lot of my contour kits that I used to love, they're too red on my skin to use as contours. They're more like, I wouldn't even say a bronzer, like just the color's not working. And I feel like Anastasia Beverly Hills did such a good job with this. There are tons of other shades. You can also buy the individual pans and I love that. So you can like refill or you can really create your own custom one. And I really appreciate when brands do that. Good solid product. For bronzer, I wanted to talk about the Cover FX Sun Kiss Bronzer, which is from their like matte and shimmery duo. I like this because again, as I've mentioned, I haven't self-tanned in a while and I've been very fair this year, like very fair. very fair. Right now is not the lightest I've even been. And most of my bronzers just haven't worked for me. A lot of them have been very red on fair skin. A lot of them just haven't looked great. They've looked too bronzy, and I feel like this is a really good one. It's very pigmented, so if you have a heavy hand, it's very easy to go over the top with it, so use a light hand with it, but I love it so much. I think the formula is amazing. It blends nicely, it goes on very smooth, and I love that you have the matte and the shimmer because also those make really good eyeshadows. So this is an easy one to throw in like a 5-minute makeup bag or like a quick travel bag because you can use these on your eyes. For blush, there's two that I wanted to talk about. The e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in Always Cheeky. So they sent me a few shades of these and I purchased a few shades because Jkissa talked about it a ton and I trust her a lot with makeup recommendations. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. The formula is just beautiful. It's like so buttery, so creamy, so smooth. It blends so well. It's one of the best blushes I've like ever used. It's one of my favorite blush formulas. I love the shades they have in it. I wish they have more. e.l.f., please add more shades to this. I think they just did actually. Sorry, e.l.f., sorry. I just really like it. I love this shade too. I feel like it's a good neutral and I feel like all the shades they have in it are very good, like everyday wearable shades. I also wanted to talk about the Chromatic Blush Duo from Cover FX. This one is Soft Peach. You guys know I love my peach blushes. This is no exception. Again, just like the bronzer, it has the matte, it has the shimmer, which is just, it lets you do whatever you want. So sometimes I do just the matte or I'll mix them. And just like the bronzer, sometimes I use this on my eyes and it's really pretty too. So yeah, if you've not discovered these, you need to. They're great. The highlighter that I wanted to talk about is from Au Naturel as well, and this is their powder highlighter in Aura. I'm wearing it today. I think it's just really pretty. It's like very well balanced. I feel like it's a little bit peachy, it's a little bit gold, it's a little bit silvery, not so much. It's more of like a warm toned. But again, as I have stopped self-tanning and become more fair, a lot of products that I've loved, like a lot of highlighters, are just not working well on me. This one I loved when I was self-tanned. This one I love now. It just looks beautiful and their formula is so nice. It's so, so good. Also, face, I have another highlighter I'm gonna talk about, but it's technically an eyeshadow, so I'm gonna wait for the eye portion of this. For setting sprays, there's two I wanted to talk about. The Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. If you have dry skin, you just need this. You need this so much. My favorite way to use this is to apply it as I am putting on my makeup, so I like to layer it. And if I'm using like a concealer as a foundation, like the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer, I spray this onto my brush before I blend it or onto my beauty blender before I blend it. And it's just really nice. It helps keep my skin nice and moisturized and like locks in all my skincare. And then the Urban Decay All Nighter, which I had used this a lot before and I liked it. I thought it was a good solid setting spray, but I feel like this year I have really, really fallen for this. I don't know what it is, just like, again, because I'm in a new climate and it's really dry, a lot of setting sprays I used to love are just not cutting it anymore. They're not doing what I need it to do. Like when it's 100 degrees out, I need something a little more heavy duty, or when it's like 20 out, I need something a little more heavy duty. And this works no matter what, and that's one thing I've really loved about it, and I found myself reaching for it over and over again. So yeah, oldie but goodie. I feel like I discovered a lot of those in my collection, like rediscovered a lot, and I'm really happy about it. Also too, I have tons of photos on Instagram of these products in use, so make sure you follow me at Logical Harmony there, and you'll see a lot more of them. Moving on to eye products, I wanted to talk about the Au Naturel Supernatural Metallics. These are like their cream shadows. They come in a couple neutrals. They come in like a green and a blue as well, but these are just so pretty on the skin. Like they're so soft, they're pigmented, they're really easy to work with. They're really pretty alone. They also make a good base for other shadows. I think they're gorgeous, and you just need a tiny bit of them. I like to go in with like a flat brush and dip it in there and then just like put it on my eye. You can use them as blush. You could use them on your lips, like whatever you want to do, you can do. A couple brow products. This is the Eye of Horus Brow Define in Dynasty. It's similar to Brow Wiz, but I like it better. I realized this year when I used up my last Brow Wiz and I was like, you know, I'm gonna like just start using more of what I have. I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it at all. When I used up one of these and I thought it was my last one, I actually really missed it. And then I found another one, and I was really excited. So this is like the medium brown shade. I honestly think I might go with a darker shade. I feel like this year I've been on a quest to find like my perfect brow shade. I'm still getting there, but this one is really nice. It has that fine tip. It has a brush on the other end. It works really well. And from Milk, this is the Cush Fiber Brow in Grind, which honestly, this shade matches me better than any brow product I have ever used. A lot of brown brow products are very warm and my brows are not warm at all. And so a lot of times it just looks super weird. Like I'll buy like the medium brown or the brunette or the dark brown and I put it on and it's like reddish and it just doesn't work. This one is nice and cool toned. I really like it. The formula is a little bit messy, I feel like. Okay, it's a pro and a con. It doesn't dry right away, which I think is great because it gives you a little more time to work with your brows. But since it's not dry right away, it can get a little messy. So maybe I just need to be daintier with my brow application. That's also probably very true. But this stuff locks in place. It gives a good amount of color, but it's not too much. I feel like some brow gels I've used that are tinted, you put them on and you're like, whoa. I did not realize I was applying paint to my eyebrows right now. Like this is a little intense. This you can build up so you can make it very natural, or you can have a more intense brow, whatever you want to do. I enjoy it. For lashes, I have two different ones I wanted to talk about. So Tarte, this is the Heartbreaker style. The Goddess ones are probably my favorite lashes ever, and I just like destroyed them recently. I used them too much. They literally fell apart, so I need to get a new pair. But I really like the Tarte lashes because the band is really lightweight, and I love the variety of styles that they have. And as far as a lot of lashes go, they're fairly affordable. I feel like lashes have gotten more and more expensive. I also wanted to talk about the Motd lashes, which is what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing literally these lashes, which is the style GNO, Girls Night Out. I love these as well. I think the band on these does need a little bit more finagling with to like get it nice and flexible at first. But once you get it broken in, it's so easy to apply, so beautiful. I like them. They're very lightweight on the eyes. I've been loving them. And then for lash glue, I've discovered the Duo. I think this is a sensitive one. It's the green one. So I used to buy the Tarte lash glue and then I was kind of like, you know, it's not crazy expensive, but I feel like I don't want to spend that much on lash glue. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, why? Why keep spending that much? And Just Tilbury Vegan Beauty Addict told me to get this one and I did, and I have not looked back. This is like a really good lash glue. It doesn't irritate my eyes. I realized I think I don't have a silicone allergy, but a lot of lash glues really bother my eyes, which is so strange, and I'm not really sure why. Is that common? Does that happen to you? But this one's really good. A couple mascaras. The Milk Makeup Cush mascara. It's just a really nice solid mascara. It adds length, it adds volume. It did get a little flaky on me towards the end, but that's just my fault for using it a bit too long. And then another oldie but goodie, Too Faced Better Than Sex. I constantly find myself going back to this one. I love it so much. I just think it's good. It's a good solid mascara, and it builds up honestly on my lashes like no other mascara does. Eyeshadow palettes, I have a few I want to talk about. First is the e.l.f. New Classics palette. This is such a solid, pretty palette. No matter what else is in your collection, no matter what your style, this is going to work for you. e.l.f. has really stepped up the quality of their eyeshadows, and I feel like this palette perfectly captures that. It's so pretty. In my like holiday series I did, where I did like some like showing different gifts from different brands and stuff, this is what I was wearing on my eyes, and literally in every video there were multiple comments asking what I was wearing. It was this palette. It's such a pretty classic palette. I love it. From Black Moon Cosmetics, the Orb of Light Full Moon palette. Whew, I love this. It's grungy, it's beautiful, it's all mattes. Nothing compares to this. Nothing. It's so pretty. And what I'm wearing on my eyes today, which I had to mention, even though it's no longer available, I couldn't not include it because it truly is one of my 2019 favorites, the e.l.f. Jkissa Palette. It's gorgeous. The shade 23 is what I love as a highlighter too. I wanted to mention that also as one of my favorite highlighters of the year. e.l.f., make this as a highlighter. Make this as a highlighter. Also, do another collab with Jkissa. She's so sweet. She's amazing. She's a good friend. Like, I love her. I've always admired her, and like this palette, I don't know, I talked about this on Instagram, but like she's been a makeup inspiration of mine for a very long time. And she personally is super responsible for pushing me out of my comfort zone with makeup. And this palette just really helped me to do that. And I love this palette. I love it so much. I think the shades are all perfect. Like they're perfectly her and they're just so perfect on their own. They're pretty, they blend easy. The formula is amazing. They're very pigmented. I love the range in here. You can do a neutral eye, you can do a bold eye, whatever you want to do, you can do. This is what I'm wearing today. I don't know if I mentioned that. I just really, really love this palette. I wish it was not limited edition because it's amazing, but they sent it to me and I bought one. So I do have a backup. So for me, it's not quite limited edition. I also wanted to mention the liner that they did with her too. I'm wearing this on my waterline. It's just really pretty. It's a very unique shade. It's tough to find really pretty blues that are vegan, I found, and that are like affordable. And I really, really love this one. The formula is good. Okay, I also wanted to talk about 2 more liners, just super quick, honorable mentions. The 100% Pure Creamy Long Last Liner. This has been a favorite of mine for years. I still love it. It's beautiful. It blends really well. I like to smudge out my eyeliner, so I love this one. And then the Urban Decay 24/7 liners, a lot of them are vegan. Again, very creamy, very, very pigmented, very easy to apply. Love those. We're almost there. We're almost there. I'm at 24 minutes of filming time right now, but we'll be okay. Lip liners, my disgusting ColourPop liner. I'm gonna put that cap back on so you guys don't see that. It got stuck in the sharpener. That's why it looks that way. But the ColourPop Lippie Pencil in BFF, I bought this because of Rianne. It's very, very pretty. It's a nice nude. It's a little bit on the pinky side, which I think is really pretty a lot of the time. And then also the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude, which I'm wearing today. This is great with everything. Everything. It's like a true nude. And so because of that, you can wear it with whatever. Lipsticks, there's 2 I wanted to talk about. The Necromancy Cosmetical lipsticks. I have fallen back in love with these. I had them, like I've had a few of them for a while, and some that I had used, some that I hadn't, and I just decided rediscovering what I have and using more of what I have. I was reaching for these a lot more. The one I'm wearing today is Healing Stone. I think it's really pretty. It's a nice nude, but it's not too nude. It's not too pink. It's a very balanced nude. I really like it, and I love that they have so many unique colors in their collection. They're a small brand. They're based out of Puerto Rico. They do a lot to help like rescue animals. They're a great team. They're great people, and their lipsticks are great. From Tarte, these are, I always forget the name of this lipstick because it's not on here. It's the Rainforest of the Sea, something or other. I'll link this stuff down below. This is the shade Pink Lemonade. Again, just another light nude, but I like these lipsticks a lot. The formula is really nice. Liquid lipsticks, Black Moon Cosmetics. That's basically all, like my favorite liquid lipstick of the year. I have purged so many from my collection because I just don't wear them that much, and I find that a lot of them aren't that unique. Like it's the same shades the brand makes in a regular lipstick in liquid form, which is great if you're like a diehard liquid lipstick person, and I'm not. Like it has to be a really unique shade or a shade that I know will be like messy for me to want to wear as a liquid, and I really love their formula. The shades I've been loving most are Harvest and Cider, just unique, fun shades, something different. I don't know. I really like them. I feel like their liquid lipstick formula is very, very solid. It can be a little bit drying, but just prep your lips really well. It's a liquid lipstick. It's gonna happen. But I love, similar to Necromancy, I love that they just make really unique, fun shades, and it's not like just the same thing. Like when I was going through my makeup collection, specifically my liquid lips, I felt like I had like 6 of the same shade from like 6 different brands, and it just felt really like overwhelming, but also just not inspiring. And that's what stood out to me going through my collection about Black Moon Cosmetics, is every shade I was like, I literally, like even their nudes, I was like, I don't have another shade like this from another brand. Even though I have like 30 tubes of nude liquid lipstick, there isn't another one that's the same. And so that really stood out to me. Last 2 things. Last 2. Get some coffee. Need some more coffee. Also, I got this mug at Goodwill, and I really like how it goes with the nails. My nails are Sienna Byron Bay, by the way. So the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Juicy Glosses. I love these. I was not expecting it, but I love them. Like I went through my purse the other day. They smell like watermelon Jolly Ranchers. And I had all of them in there, which seems a little excessive, but the formula is nice. It has just a nice subtle tint of color. They're moisturizing, they're shiny. I love the tube. I love these. I've been carrying them around a lot. And then the Hourglass, the Unreal Lip Gloss, specifically in Enchant, but this formula is really good. It's very pigmented for a gloss. Hourglass does such nice glosses. They always have. They have a lot of pigment for a gloss. They're smooth. They're not super shiny, but they feel nice on the lips, and I feel like it's a good lipstick alternative, and I've been wearing this so much. I love it on top of lipsticks. I love it on its own. I love it with lip liner. It's just great, and it's Hourglass. I love Hourglass. That is it for my 2019 makeup favorites. That's so crazy. 2019 is done. It's done. Comment and let me know what some of your favorites from 2019 were. Like, what were things you kept reaching for? What do you think I need to try in 2020 that are your favorites? Let me know that as well, because I want to get more inspiration. I'm having so much fun with makeup. Like, I feel like I've kind of like in the process of mostly shopping what I have, I feel like I've truly rediscovered like a love of makeup again, which I don't know if you guys noticed, but I wasn't doing a lot of makeup videos for a while because I didn't feel inspired. I didn't feel excited. I didn't feel motivated by it. And I feel like I'm back at that place. So let me know what I need to check out. Thank you so much for spending basically half an hour with me. I appreciate it so much. If you guys are new here, I hope you enjoy. Please make sure you subscribe. If you're not new here, thank you so much for sticking around. Like, it seriously means so much to me. I'll see you guys next time.